You don't need a better late season spot. You need fewer mistakes. One bad exit can shut down a buck you never knew was there. Late season isn't about finding more sign or pushing deeper just to feel productive. It's about understanding how little pressure mature deer will tolerate when food, daylight, and energy are all limited. By this point in the season, most of the damage isn't done during the hunt. It's done after dark, walking out, crossing the wrong trail, or letting your scent drift where you'll never see it. In this video, I'm breaking down why exits matter more now than any other time of the year, how late season deer react to pressure differently, and how a single careless move can erase a pattern you spent weeks building. If you're getting close, but never sealing the deal late season, this is probably the reason why. Entry and exit routes matter more now than the stand. Late season deer tolerate almost zero intrusion. Frozen ground, crunchy leaves, and snow amplify sound. Cold air carries human scent farther, and one bad exit can shut down a bedding area for days. How you get in and out kills more late season hunts than stand location. Let me say this clearly as I can. Late season, the stand location almost doesn't matter if your entry or exit is wrong. And that's hard for guys to accept because we're wired to believe the kill happens on the stand. But late season, most bucks don't get killed or educated on the stand. They get educated after dark. By late season, deer are on a calorie budget. Every move costs energy. Every mistake risks survival. So mature bucks tighten up everything. Smaller core areas, shorter movement windows, extreme sensitivity to intrusion, snow squeak, and ice snapping under boots. Sound carries further in the cold, still air. And here's the dangerous part. Deer don't have to blow. A mature buck can hear you 200 yards away, lock into his brain, and simply never use that route again in daylight. No alarm, no drama, it's just adjustment. Our scent lingers longer and falls slower. Cold air does not behave like warm air. It sinks, it slides, it pulls. That means your scent doesn't just blow away. It drops into drainages, trails, and field edges, and also downwind sides of food. And late season deer are often moving after you leave. So when you walk out careless, you're laying a scent trail straight through tomorrow's hunt. You didn't blow the deer tonight, you burn the next 3 days. The exit is more dangerous than the entry. This is where most damage happens. On the way in, deer are bedded. On the way out, deer are on their feet. Think about that. You can slip in, then erase everything walking out. Crossing feeding routes, downwind edges, staging areas, thermal travel lines. Late season bucks often move right after dark, so your exit time overlaps with their movement time. One careless exit can shut down a bedding area, a feeding pattern, entry route, and a stand location. In that order. If you're designing setups the other way around, you're educating deer. I had a late season buck pattern once. 3 nights in a row, same exit, perfect. Wind was right, thermals were steady, killed the sit, or so I thought. On the way out, I crossed the downwind edge of the food source. Didn't see a deer, didn't hear a deer. That buck never showed in daylight again. Same tracks, same sign, but his timing shifted 45 minutes later. I didn't blow him, I taught him. A few things that matter more now than any other time. Walk longer, quieter routes if needed. Use water, snowbanks, or hard edges to reduce sound, and avoid crossing trails even if it adds distance. Let deer clear areas before exiting. Sometimes the best move is waiting an extra 20 minutes in the stand. Late season punishes impatience. Late season isn't about being aggressive. It's about being invisible. If you remember one thing, let it be this. The way you leave the woods teaches deer more than the way you hunt them. And if you get that wrong, nothing else in this video will save you. Step 7. Hunt the first cold sit after a weather shift. Late season bucks don't move because you finally stayed out. They move because they're forced to. That's the difference between early season and late season. It's where a lot of good hunters still get burned. The first 24 to 48 hours are everything. The most valuable late season sit isn't the coldest day or the calmest day, or the day you finally have time. It's the first sit after a major shift. Look for a 10 to 20 degree temperature drop, a strong cold front pushing through, wind shift followed by clearing skies. The first real snow of the season, that first 24 to 48 hour window, is when bucks move earlier, patterns tighten, daylight risk increases. Miss that window, the deer quickly adapt. Why deer move earlier after a cold front? Here's what's happening biologically. Cold increases calorie burn. Food becomes harder to access. Digestion efficiency drops in extreme cold. So deer respond by feeding earlier, spending less time exposed, moving with more urgency. That's why you'll see bucks on their feet before last light after a front. Not because they want to be seen, but because they have to eat. Snow is a pattern forcer. Snow is one of the most predictable late season tools you have. Snow does 3 critical things. Limits movement options, reveals exact travel routes, concentrates deer on the best food. When snow hits, deer abandon marginal food, Trails get burned in fast. Movement becomes linear and repeatable. That's when setups become deadly, if you don't rush them. Snow rewards preparation, not panic. Matching weather to the right spot. Not every cold front is equal. The key is pairing the right weather with the right access. Cold fronts are best hunted on food to bed routes, on staging areas close to food, where exits can be clean after dark. If you can't get out without crossing deer movement, you're better off waiting. Weather creates opportunity. Access determines whether or not you capitalize on it. Late season is not about grinding sits. It's about striking during forced movement windows. If you remember one thing from this step, the first cold sit is the sit that kills bucks. Everything after that is damage control. Timing beats time on the stand. Number 8. All-day sits burn spots late season. Focus points, narrow movement windows. Deer rise late from beds to conserve calories. Oversitting educates deer faster than pressure elsewhere. It's about when you're there, not how long. Timing beats time on the stand. Late season will punish you for trying to outwork it. This is where a lot of disciplined hunters still get it wrong. They think, if I just sit longer, eventually one will get up. But late season deer don't reward patience the way early season deer do. They reward precision. Why all-day sits fail late season? By late season, deer are on survival mode. Calories in, calories out. Every unnecessary move costs them energy they might not get back. Mature bucks adjust by staying bedded longer. Late season deer don't need to see to learn. They learn through scent accumulation, sound repetition, and visual changes. The longer you sit, the more thermals shift, the more scent pulls, the more likely a deer detects something off. And when that happens, bucks don't blow out. They just delay movement, shift routes, wait until dark. You think the area went dead? In reality, you educated it. The late season kill window. The late season success comes from hunting specific minutes, not long hours. You should know when deer rise from beds, how long it takes them to reach food, where they stage before stepping out. That information doesn't come from all-day sits. It comes from observation sits, glassing from distance, paying attention to exact timing. Late season bucks are creatures of habit, but only when pressure is low. The ideal late season sit. A high percentage late season sit usually looks like this. Slip in late in the afternoon, enter when deer are bedded, sit through the movement window, exit clean once deer commit to food. Shorter sits equal less pressure, equal repeatable patterns. Late season is about protecting the pattern until you kill the deer. Why just one more hour backfires? This is where seasons get ruined. You think they're going to move any minute, but late season bucks often wait. Movement can happen fast. That window might shrink instead of widen. That's why you need to be in position before the window opens, not hiking in during it, and not lingering after it closes. Late season kills happen when preparation meets a short window. Late season isn't about proving how tough you are. It's about respecting how sharp deer have become. If you remember one thing from this step, the right 30 minutes beats the wrong 6 hours every time. Protect the window, protect the pattern, kill the deer. Number 9, hunt observation first, kill second. Late season is chess, not checkers. Focus points, glass from a distance before committing. Use observation sits to pattern exact exit times. Don't hunt the kill tree until movement is confirmed. Late season success is earned one sit at a time. Late season rewards hunters who can slow down mentally, even when the season feels like it's slipping away. This step is uncomfortable because it feels passive, but if you skip it, you usually don't get a second chance. Why late season is chess and not checkers? By late season, mature bucks aren't reacting emotionally. They're running patterns, tight patterns, predictable routes, short movement windows. Your job isn't to force an encounter. Your job is to confirm the pattern without breaking it. That's why observation comes first. But you can't do any of this without knowing where the deer are, where they're bedding, where they feed, and how they are moving. What an observation sit actually is, you're not trying to kill a deer. You're trying to learn something specific. Why rushing the kill tree fails. Late season bucks don't give forgiveness sits. If you hunt the kill tree too early, you expose scent where deer will walk tomorrow. You rebuild pressure before they commit. Late season patterns are fragile. Once broken, they rarely come back. Where observation sits should be located. The best observation sits are downwind of food sources, on elevated vantage points, on the fringe of movement, not in it. You want to see deer enter food, deer stage before dark, the last 10 minutes of legal light behavior. If you can watch deer without them ever knowing you're there, you're doing it right. Use observation to lock in timing. Late season bucks often move on the same clock. Once you see when they stand up, when they hit a trail, when they commit to food, you can build a kill plan around minutes, not guesses. That's how late season kills happen. Slip in just before movement, be set before the window, be gone without crossing it. Observation gives you permission to be aggressive later. The one sit ahead rule. Here's a late season rule I live by. I want to be one sit ahead of the deer, not even with him. That means I already know where he'll move. That confidence keeps you from overhunting, second guessing. Late season punishes emotional decisions. The core takeaways: late season isn't about hunting harder. It's about hunting smarter before you hunt aggressively. If you remember one thing from this step, you don't hunt to kill until the deer tells you it's time. Observation earns the right to strike. 10. Adjust stand height and shooting lanes. Late season vegetation is gone. Deer see everything. Your focus point: lower stands reduce skyline silhouette. Trim minimally to avoid disturbance. Ground setups become viable if done right. You're not hidden anymore. Adapt or get picked off. By late season, the woods are brutally honest. No leaves, no cover, no forgiveness. Everything you did in early season to blend in doesn't work anymore. Bucks see more, they notice more, and they remember everything. This is the step where hunters either adapt and thrive or get picked off without ever knowing why. Why high stands become a liability? Early season, high stands can be perfect. You're above the deer, out of sight. Leaves hide limbs and movement. You're not silhouetted against the sky. Late season, though, it's different. The leaves are gone and every silhouette is visible. Lower angle shots are easier for deer to detect. Movement and human shapes stand out on ridge lines and against the horizon. The truth: a 20-foot stand that was perfect in October might scream human in January. Bucks aren't reacting emotionally. They're scanning for change. Use frozen brush, snowbanks, or terrain breaks to hide movement. Keep shooting lanes minimal, only clearing what's necessary. Late season isn't about big clearing projects. It's about invisible, surgical setups. Minimum trimming equals maximum stealth. Every branch you touch is a warning to bucks. Snapped twigs, broken bark, unnatural openings. Late season bucks remember these disturbances. Over trimming early in the season can teach deer to avoid your stand for days. Rule of thumb: trim just enough for a clean shot, no more. Use pruning shears for precision cuts. Remove only what's in your immediate line of sight. Accept tighter shooting angles to keep your presence hidden. And remember, the woods are exposed. Less is more. Late season visual tactics. The late season hunter who has to think like a deer blend with the natural backdrop. Natural browns, grays, and muted greens work best. Avoid contrasting jackets, backpacks, or gear. Reduce movement. Every swing of your bow or shift in your position is noticed. Pre-position gear, arrows, and calls before the deer enter the zone. Exploit natural cover. Logs, stumps, and terrain drops block sight lines. Use shadows from late afternoon sunlight to mask movement. Strategic shooting lane design. Late season shooting lanes are about precision, not width. Openings should be narrow but straight to the target. Avoid clearing large corridors that give away your presence. Keep natural obstructions between you and approach routes. Use snow and frozen vegetation to your advantage. Deer focus on food, not the terrain. Pro tip: walk your lane in mid-morning to see how light, shadows, and wind interact. Adjust if your silhouette is visible from common approaches. Adapt or get picked off. The reality is simple. High stands, aggressive trimming, and wide open views that worked early season are now liabilities. Ground setups or lower stands done with patience and stealth are often more productive. Design surgical shooting lanes, use natural cover and shadows strategically. Accept tighter, precise setups over big openings. If you implement this properly, you're not just hunting, you're blending into the environment in a way the late season buck respects. Hunt pressure vacuums and not popular spots. Late season deer survive by avoiding people, not terrain. Your focus points are midweek movement, weather-dependent access routes others avoid, overlooked micro areas near pressure edges. The best late season spots are where people don't go. By late season, the smartest bucks aren't just hiding in the thickest cover. They're avoiding humans. Every trail you walked in October has likely been mapped in their memory. Every scrape, rub, or scent you left earlier in the season shapes their choices today. Late season bucks survive by making people mistakes irrelevant. They don't need perfect habitat. They need a pressure-free zone. The misconception: the best spots are remote or big. Many hunters make this mistake. They think the biggest bedding area equals the best late season stand. They look for untouched timber, big food plots, or wide open funnels. They ignore pressure patterns. Reality check: by late season, a buck doesn't care about perfect terrain. He cares about safety from human intrusion. The best spots are where people won't go, not where the trees are the prettiest. How to identify pressure vacuums. Midweek access. Weekends equal high pressure. Monday through Thursday hunts can catch bucks moving while the area is empty. Midweek bucks often rise earlier and feed in areas off limits to weekend traffic. Weather-dependent routes. Bad weather equals fewer hunters. Snow, wind, or cold doesn't stop deer. They move differently. You can exploit routes other hunters avoid, like swamp edges, frozen creeks, or snow-covered bridges. Micro areas near pressured edges. Late season deer have learned the hard way that people equal danger. Roads, trails, and obvious funnels equal risk zones. That means the best bucks are often where you'd least expect respect them. With inside of parking areas that everyone ignores, along tiny creeks or ridges that are annoying to access, or near edges of private land where few dare to walk. The rule: the more inconvenient it is for a hunter, the safer it is for the deer. If you chase obvious spots, you'll find pressure, not deer. I once tracked a mature buck for a week. All the obvious funnels had been blown multiple times. I set up on a small ridge 50 yards from the parking area. Midweek evening, first snow on the ground, he came out, fed, and left without ever knowing I was there. The key? He was using a pressure vacuum, not the perfect stand location. Tactical tips for pressure-free setups. Scout human patterns. Where do hunters park? Which trails get used repeatedly? Look for the gaps. They're your late season gold. Plan access carefully. Enter when deer are bedded. Exit using stealthy routes. And avoid the obvious trails. Use weather to your advantage. Midweek snow, rain, or cold fronts equal less human traffic. Deer will move predictably in response to weather. You're exploiting behavior plus pressure simultaneously. Think like the buck. If you avoid a path because of hunters, he will too. If a ridge is easy for humans, it's likely blown. Pressure vacuums are often inconvenient, sketchy, or uncomfortable. The core takeaway: late season bucks don't survive by using better timber. They survive by avoiding humans. Midweek hunts beat weekend chaos. Bad weather access routes hide movement. Micro areas near pressure edges can hold mature bucks. Hunt where others won't, not where you want to. The mindset before the kill. Late season bucks are often smarter than ever. They've survived hunters all season. They've learned the landscape. They're on a strict calorie budget. Your mindset has to match theirs. Calm, focused, and patient. Observant, not aggressive. Ready to act, but only at the right moment. This isn't the time to force an encounter. It's the time to strike cleanly, quietly, and decisively. Linking all previous steps. Think of it like a chain reaction. Entry and exit. You're in position without spooking the deer. First cold sit. You've chosen the window that triggers movement. Timing. You're sitting at the precise moment bucks are on their feet. Observation first. You've confirmed patterns and exit routes. Adjust stand and shooting lanes. You're hidden and ready with clean angles. Pressure vacuums. You've chosen a spot that bucks actually use. By now, the deer doesn't just pass through. You intersect their exact path without disturbing the pattern. Patience turns into opportunity. Late season bucks often show up later than you expect. Movement windows are short and consistent. Bucks rise late to conserve energy. They feed and move according to weather and pressure, not your schedule. Your job is to sit still, watch closely, and wait for the moment the pattern confirms itself. Don't anticipate, don't overthink. Let the deer tell you when the shot is available. This is why timing beats time. Even if you've been in the stand for hours, only the right 10 to 15 minutes matter. Clean execution, shot selection, and minimal disturbance. Once the buck appears, ensure your shooting lane is clear. Post-kill discipline. Late season success isn't over after the shot. Minimize disturbance while tracking, respect the bedding areas and trails nearby, recover the animal efficiently, quietly, and cleanly. This maintains the pattern for remaining deer and keeps public land or pressured areas productive for the next day or week. I once set up a midweek late season sit after a fresh snow, followed pressure vacuum logic, entered quietly with clean exit plan, waited the exact 30-minute movement window, observed buck habits without interfering, lowered my stand, trimmed minimally, and used terrain for cover. The buck appeared exactly where my observation sit had indicated. Shot placement was precise. Minimal disturbance maintained the pattern. Not only did I harvest the buck, but I returned the next day to the same area to see another deer move along the same route. That's late season discipline in action. Core takeaways: late season success is cumulative. Every step from entry to execution matters. Miss one and the pattern collapses. Discipline beats aggression. Force nothing, react when the opportunity presents itself. Observation pays off. Knowing the buck's routine gives you control. Minimal disturbance protects future opportunities. Your actions teach deer whether you shoot or not. Late season doesn't reward brute effort. It rewards hunters who respect the pattern, respect the deer, and respect their own patience. If you take steps 6 through 12 seriously, you're not just hoping for a shot, you're engineering success. Every sit has a purpose, every exit teaches a lesson. Every decision maximizes your chance for a late season kill. The difference between hunters who see deer and those who go empty-handed isn't skill, it's disciplined execution. If this step resonates, drop a comment with your biggest late season lesson. If you want to know more about hunting the late season, or how to hunt mature bucks on public land, or this step-by-step tactic, check out my books on Amazon. How to Hunt Mature Bucks on Public Land, The Hunter's Mindset, and The Quick Guide for Hunting Mature Whitetail. These books break down every tactic I use on public land and private land, so you can hunt smarter, stay one sit ahead, and make this late season your best yet. Remember, success isn't about working harder, it's about working smarter and making every move count. Apply what you learn, and the results will follow. And if you want to watch more videos about hunting mature bucks on public land, then check out these videos and check out my playlist.